Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Delta Entertainment. I am your host, Lika Kenobi, and today we have got another treat, and this is from Nintendo and other video game companies. So something's going on with this. So let's take a look and see the title. Nintendo patented Power Play. Is this the end of creative freedom for developers? Ooh, this is something interesting, and I have not read this yet. So we are going to read this together and see what we got. The gaming industry stands at a critical crossroads, one where creativity and innovation are increasingly threatened by corporations seeking legal dominance over fundamental gameplay elements. At the heart of this issue lies the unsettling reality of the gameplay mechanic patent, a trend that began when Warner Bros. Secured exclusive rights to the Lord of the Rings Nemesis system and has now testified with a new recent Nintendo patent of a core creature capturing mechanic. These actions not only reshape how games are developed and played, but also raise urgent questions about the future of industry that has long thrived on freedom, experimentation, and the joy of invention. The first domino, Warner Bros. And the Nemesis system patent. In 2014, Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, a game published by Warner Bros., introduced the Nemesis system. It is a groundbreaking gameplay mechanic that handled interactions with enemy NPCs in a way that felt unique and tailored to the player's experience. The system was later patented by Warner Bros., and the patent remains firmly in their hands to this day. It was at this moment that Warner Bros. Toppled the first domino that could forever affect the gaming industry. By patenting the Nemesis system, Warner Bros. Effectively made it possible for other game developers to use or replicate it. Even accidentally, now you might argue, they created it so they have the right to patent it. While that's true to an extent, the Nemesis system, despite being innovative, was still a gameplay mechanic. There's always a risk that similar systems could be developed independently by other studios, either intentionally or by coincidence. But it's not that the real issue here. The problem is that Warner Brothers opened the floodgates to one of the most crippling challenges games developers could face: the patent of gaming features. Power's success in Nintendo's patented Power Play. In 2024, a game called Power was released, quickly taking the world by storm. Often referred to as a Pokemon with guns, it became immensely popular. Certain gameplay aspects were strikingly similar to the Pokemon series, particularly the mechanics for capturing creatures known in the game as pals. The process involved defeating the creatures and capturing them and using a ball-like device, much like in Pokemon. To provide some context, Nintendo has been releasing Pokemon games for decades. However, recent titles in the series have faced heavy criticism for being poorly optimized, riddled with bugs, and lacking key features. Many players were yearning for a truly open-world Pokemon game that could meet modern expectations. Power filled that gap, delivering an experience that players eagerly embraced. At its peak, the game boasted over 25 million active players, with a record 2 million concurrent players on Steam alone. Power's success effectively embarrassed Nintendo. In response, Nintendo took a drastic and controversial step in May 2024. Nintendo and the Pokemon Company filed several patent applications related to gameplay mechanics involving the capture of creatures using spherical objects. These patents were officially approved between May and August 2024. By patenting such a basic gameplay mechanic, Nintendo has further solidified a trend that could stifle creativity across the industry. This action not only undermines the innovative spirit of game development, but also raises the question of how corporations will go to eliminate competition and protect their intellectual property. The patent crisis, Nintendo's impact on the future of gaming. Patenting gameplay mechanics will kill creativity in game development. Imagine if a game company patented the third person's perspective, or even worse, the ability to heal yourself with a medkit marked with a red cross. You might think such patents would be too vague or impossible to enforce, but consider what Nintendo has done this year. Not only has their patent been approved, but it also been retroactively applied to a game that was already released. If you still think that this is a far-fetched take, Power World is an example. As of today, Power World has removed the feature that allows players to capture creatures with a specific ball. If you log in now, you'll find that the ball throwing capture mechanic is gone. Nintendo patent has already had a tangible impact on the gaming world. While Power World's developers were initially in a legal battle with Nintendo over patent infringement, the real concern is how other publishers are now watching this unfold. Competitors see that even established games are being forced to change or modify their mechanics to avoid lawsuits. This is where the danger lies. Nintendo's actions have set a precedent that goes beyond protecting intellectual property. They've created an environment where publishers can weaponize patents to stifle competition. Unlike Warner Brothers, who patent on the Nemesis system could be compared to guarding their own recipe, the Nintendo patent essentially grants them sole ownership over a gameplay mechanic. Widely used in Power World and any other games, this opens the floodgates for publishers to rush to the patent office, not just to safeguard their own features, but to use these patents as a tool to crush competitors. And as gamers, we're letting this happen. Will they go after smaller games? Probably not. At least not initially. But imagine an indie game becoming immensely popular, like Power World, Stardew Valley, Minecraft, Among Us, or others that succeed because they were genuinely good gamers. Now picture a larger publisher noticing this in these games' growth and patenting a gameplay mechanic similar to the one used in those games. If the patent is approved, as Nintendo was, they could retroactively force the indie developer to change or remove a core feature, effectively crippling the game. This trend will stifle the creation of new IPs and destroy the innovative process that drives the gaming industry forward. Developers will now have to constantly worry about infringing on patents they might not even know exist, creating an environment for fear and uncertainty. As a result, the indie gaming landscape, which has been a source of creativity and innovation, will suffer and potentially die due to publishers' ruthless and short-sighted patent infringement lawsuits. This is not just a legal issue, it's a direct threat to the future of gaming as we know it. A quiet surrender. Letting patents destroy the future of gaming. When it started with Warner Bros. And its Nemesis system, the first domino toppled, as cascaded into a disaster now pushed into overdrive by Nintendo's patent. The shift in the gaming landscape threatens to choke and destroy creativity, innovation, and hard work. Indie developers and smaller studios will be tied up in corporate legal battles, unable to compete and utterly crushed by larger publishers. In the end, we as gamers will suffer the most. As gamers and consumers, we must ask ourselves, is this what we want to let corporations do in the name of protecting intellectual property? Wow, dude, this is bad. This is unbelievable, dude. I mean, Power World, I remember, man. Power World was a huge success. Huge success. But I mean, that's the thing. A lot of companies, man, they create games but have the same features. I mean, God of War has features from other games. Uncharted, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Titanfall, Star Wars. They have the same features as other games before them have gone out, man. They have the same features. It's not their fault that their game succeeds more than your other game. Because it's like this. You got games like I'm gonna put God of War and Star Wars Outlaws, for example. God of War, you may add a little woke that in there with that girl giant. Okay? They may have race swapped her. They may have race swapped her, but it was a huge success. It was a huge success. It made money. Star Wars Outlaws, you tried to they targeted using a female for identity politics and to think that the women could do whatever they want. See, they made her a solo wannabe. And the game failed miserably. There are certain games that are meant to be for role-playing, like to create your own character and all, and then do your own thing. And there are games that are not meant for that. See, Ubisoft, Star Wars Outlaws, they messed that up. They messed that opportunity up. So, but like I said, dude, I mean, that's not right, bro. If they do this, it is going to affect a lot of gaming companies, including ourselves, because we're going to be like playing something that's going to be boring. That's going to have no purpose, no excitement. So, you guys let me know in the comments, what do you think of this article? It was a very good article by that Park Place. Well, it was a very good article. So, thank you for watching this channel, being in this and seeing this video. If you like the video, hit the like button, share this video, post a comment below, let me know your thoughts. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button for me. Alright guys, thank you all so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.